Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 14.
Listen, today's a special day. Today, a little girl was born, and she had dreams of starting a review channel on YouTube to review Love and Marriage Huntsville. And now she's living her dream on her birthday. Everybody clap it up for Blair. Today's her birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate her. Make sure y'all show y'all love for her in the comments. Let her know how much y'all appreciate her. Write down the notes, right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We appreciate all opinions. You feel me? Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Walk us through this episode, birthday girl.
Okay, so Melody and her friends Shanita and Lauren are the first to arrive in St. Thomas for the girls' trip, and they have a beautiful, beautiful mansion that they're staying in. It's great.
Now stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts quickly on how you feel about Melody bringing her friends on the show.
She shouldn't have brought them.
Oh, boy.
She shouldn't have brought them to the trip. And the only reason I say that is because it goes into the room situation. Now, with everyone being there, I thought the room situation was fair. I'll get into it more once we talk about it. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'll talk about it now. So Melody, she was assigning rooms to everybody. Mm-hmm. What she ended up doing was assigning. So she got the... the primary bedroom.
Mm-hmm, the master.
Yeah. And then she gave her friends Shanita and Lauren their own individual rooms. Mm-hmm. She gave Nell a room by herself. She has Sunni a room by herself because people ain't feeling Sunni. So I agree, Sunni needs to have some room to decompress by herself. Yeah. Then she has Trisha and Stormi sharing a room, and then Tisha, Kimmi, and Destiny sharing a room because Destiny is Tisha's plus one. Mm-hmm. Now, my thing is that if we're talking about, which I feel like hierarchy of the show, or basically like the show, like who the cast started with, Kimmi and Tisha should have had their own rooms, being that they started the show with Mel. However, with her friends being there, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with her friends having their own rooms there. Maybe, possibly, they could have shared a room, but still, Tisha, Kimmi, and Destiny were going to be in a room together because y'all sister-in-laws. Tisha wanted to bring a plus one. That makes the most sense for the 3-bedroom one.
But I don't like my sister-in-law.
Okay. Well, that's a whole nother issue. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to assigning the rooms, I thought it was fair. I thought it was made tricky because Mel invited her personal friends there, which probably they shouldn't have been there. If it was really like a cast trip, then it should have been left to the cast. But even then, Tisha, Kimmi, y'all wasn't going to get your own rooms. At least that's how I see it. I mean, what do you think? I'm
going to say what I think when we get to the actual scene. I just wanted to know a yes or no. Should her friends been there? And you took us totally to like the...
Well, the next thing was she was assigning the room.
But everybody not there yet.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to give my opinion.
Well, do you think it's
when
fair
everybody
that
get there? No,
had her friends
the question was, do I think that Mel's friends should have been there? And I say, sure. Mel's friends should have been there because that's the only way you go get Mel. Mm-hmm. Any other way, you're not going to get Mel. You just go get a statue of Mel or a representation of Mel. But she already don't like the cast. So in order for Mel to be herself, you got to invite somebody that she likes. And I think her inviting her friends is not an issue.
Okay. So everyone else is at the airport. Yeah. They are grabbing their own luggage. Sunni comes over, greets everybody. They kind of give her the cold shoulder. Kimmi was the only one who gave her like an actual hug. And Stormi... I mean, because Sunni was, trying to walk with them, talk with them, and Stormi was like, don't you need to get your luggage and stuff? And so she went to get her luggage. And I didn't feel like Stormi was necessarily being cold, but Stormi don't really know the girl either, Okay. But also, I kind of knew from that point, like, oh, there might be some issues on this trip. And it might be the smallest thing or maybe revisionist history, but why y'all complaining about getting your own luggage? Like Kimmi was like, that's why I don't like taking girls trip. I like having my husband here so he can get the luggage. And Tisha was like, same for me. I'm just like, it ain't no big thing. I'm just like Trisha. Let me go up to the thing, wait for my stuff, grab my luggage. It ain't a thing. It really is not a thing.
Yeah.
So on the drive to the their stay, Kimmi tells us she doesn't usually do girls trips. Okay. Stormi is talking about how she gets separation anxiety from her baby, and they're talking about maybe planning on doing a surrogacy. Sunni shares that she has gone through IVF twice, and Stormi does apologize, like, oh dang, I'm sorry, because it failed pretty much. So everyone arrives to their house. And Mel tells everyone your name cards are on your bed and that's where you'll be staying.
Nice.
So Tisha believes that Mel chose the rooms based off of how she felt about everyone. So Tisha took her room very personally.
Very personally.
Nell was upset because she couldn't find her name tag, but Mel explained to her that, look, they didn't have a name tag for you, but I gave you your own room. You're also older than us, so I'm, trying to be respectful of allowing you to have your own room.
Okay.
Nell kind of took it as, you're going to stop playing me with the disrespect about me being older and all this type of stuff.
Okay.
It's just like, it wasn't even all that now.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
So Tisha is pissed, saying that the room assignments were disrespectful. And Trisha said, honestly, like, y'all should have had your own room. And she's like, I know I should have shared a room, but Kimmi and Tisha, y'all should have had your own room.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I really do think that's speaking to like the hierarchy of the newest cast members versus the OGs.
Yeah, I think Kimmi for sure should have had her own room. For sure. Because I think for one, Mel knows that Kimmi don't bang with Tisha like that. So like to even try to justify it by saying, Kimmi, you sharing it with your sister-in-law, that's why I room y'all together. I don't even be around my sister-in-law unless I'm filming the show. That's how I feel Kimmi is. Tisha, you was never gonna get your own room.
No.
The minute that you gonna invite a +1, you forfeit the right to your own room. That's how I feel. So maybe you shouldn't have had a room that had 3 beds in it. Maybe a room that had 2 beds in it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you was never going to get your own room. Also, this whole idea that, hey, the rooms are an indication of how you feel about our relationship. Tisha, you don't like Mel.
Right.
So I don't even understand why you're trying to put it on Mel that it's disrespectful about how it's disrespectful because I know how you feel about me. Well, Mel can say, I know how you feel about me. You don't like me and things like that. And they don't like each other. So I don't even know why she is, quote unquote, using that as a reason to be like, you see how Mel be acting? It is what it is. And to Blair's point, maybe inviting the friends put a twist in the plan. But me, honestly, I'm like, unless y'all want Mel to be there and not talk, her friends gotta be there. You get what I'm saying? Because she gotta talk to somebody. But let's keep going. So some more things go come out.
So Nell is upset because she didn't have a name tag, and Mel tells her that now you ain't been doing nothing but complaining
since you've been here,
yelling and hollering. And Nell's like, okay, I can bring it down. Yeah. And she tells Mel, I took care of you on the Houston trip. And Mel was like, well, you also invited my ex. And Mel explains to Nell, I love you, and you don't have to wonder if I would do anything intentionally to hurt you or to try to play you or anything like that. And then her friend, one of her friends, comes over and offers up her room that she has by herself, and it's just like, I just want us to have a good trip. Like, if it's going to be an issue, like, you can take my room. And Nell was like, no, because Nell was like, it really wasn't about the room, it was just the fact that she didn't have a name tag. Now
here's the thing, do you think the name tag is a big deal?
No.
Now here's my thing, how come everybody else got a name tag now? How come out of everybody's name, my name is the one that didn't get printed out? But
I guess my thing is that I don't know if it was necessarily Mel's fault. I don't know if production was in charge of name tags.
But let's just say it is Mel.
Okay. I don't know. It could have been anything. Maybe like she thought she packed it, but she didn't pack everything. I mean, anything can happen.
My thing is, these 2 people who is on the trip, who's not on the show, got a name tag in their own room.
Yeah,
I'm on the show. Not only am I on the show, I've been in court defending you personally. And y'all mess. And y'all mess that I was trying to help y'all not be in. You get what I'm saying? And you look at me in some way as a friend mentor, or like whatever you want to call yourself. I don't know about mentor, but they definitely friends, right? In some matter. My thing is, I would think, and I'm only being devil's advocate, I would think that, hey, let me make sure I got this person's name. You get what I'm saying? Like, let me make sure I have this person's name. I got Tisha's name, and that's why that's why Nell really shouldn't take it personally, because Tisha's name was printed out, right? She don't like Tisha. You get what I'm saying? So, and at one point, Latisha didn't think that her name was printed out, because she was like, where's my name? Your name is Latisha. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I think from the POV of Nell, for one, not being able to find your room, because everybody's finding a room by their name tag, and then for you not to see a name on a bed, you're like, you didn't give me a bed. You're like, I did give you the bed. You're the bed that has no name tag. Why don't I have a name tag? Also, I think Nell is drunk too.
Yeah,
I think Nell is lifted in these scenes, because these things are reasons to bring up conversations, but once Mel give you the reason, it's reasons to also drop the conversation as well. You're like, oh, where's my name tag? Hey, something happened. We couldn't get it printed out. Oh, okay. You love me, right? Yeah, I love you. Okay, cool. And then I drop it, I move on, and I try to enjoy the first couple hours of me being in the house. You get what I'm saying?
So Sunni tells Mel that Kimmi and Tisha are not happy. Okay. So Mel goes out to talk to them. Kimmi is just like, for as much time as we spent together, like, I just expected more. And Tisha says that the room speaks volumes of how you feel about us.
Stop right there. Is it fair for a friend to say, hey, I expected more from you?
I think that's honest. I think that you can expect whatever you expect, but if that's not the case, or if I have a reason behind it, then you should listen to my reason. But I don't think it's a bad thing for Kimmi to be like, I've known you since the inception of the show. I would think I would get my own room. You know, I expected a little bit more.
And you know, I don't like my sister-in-law like that. Right? Tisha, stop. You're gaslighting me. Do not say this speaks volume about how you feel about us. No, you know how I feel about you. Yeah. Because you make it clear about how you feel about me.
Very.
You say I have a dark soul. You get what I'm saying? So it's all these things that throughout the whole seasons and seasons and seasons of Love and Marriage Huntsville and things like that, I don't know why Tisha is expecting anything from Mel. Last time I checked, even when Mel came in on, who birthday was it, Miss Nell and things like that, she was touching the girl's face, talking about, take off those sunglasses and things like that. So I'm like, why are you thinking like we like this?
Yeah.
We're not like this. You actually lucky you on the trip.
Hello?
You get what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is.
And Mel explains that she was not being malicious.
Okay.
Sunni got her own room because people aren't feeling her.
I agree with that.
And she offered to have her girlfriends share a room. She's like, I can move into the room with my friends and we can be the ones in the three room, whatever, if it's that big a deal. And then Kimmi's just like, well, no, you wouldn't do that, because if it was, you know, like okay or whatever from the jump, then you guys would have been in the same room anyway. And Mel explains, no, because I didn't know that it was going to be such a big deal, and with it being that you guys feel how you feel, I'm willing to pivot and allow you guys to have the individual rooms. But they say no, we don't want to get the individual rooms. So,
and here's the thing about it, I don't know how on it, and this the only thing that sucks about Mel, right? Because Mel is passive aggressive, because Mel have shown herself to be sneaky in some way. When you are being truthful, I don't know if you being honest. So when Mel says, look, I honestly wasn't being malicious about it, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I believe that 100%. Because when they come with the other option of, hey, your friend should have shared a room, I'm like, actually, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Because y'all are the only ones that actually know each other and things like that. Hey, I have no problem with Mel getting the master because she is
the host.
So you get the master. But it actually do make sense the way that Kimmi basically like broke it down. Like, hey, like, you know, or even how Trisha even broke it down. You know what I'm saying? The one thing Trisha said that we all can agree with. Tisha, you was never gonna get your own room.
Yeah, because you had a +1.
Exactly. So Tisha, I'm not even like advocating for you, but I'm like, I don't know if I believe Mel 100% that it wasn't malicious. I believe her about 85 though.
Yeah, I believe Mel, because honestly, I would have done the room situation probably the exact same way. But like I said, I think a wrench was thrown in it because her friends were there. But the thing is, her friends were there first. So if they're there first, they want to pick the best rooms for themselves. So I can't tell you, no, y'all, we're going to save these rooms for such and such. You could, but I'm just like, y'all here first. None of the rooms are taken up. Y'all should be able to, you know, stay where you want to. So that's how I felt.
Man, the problem with that is if everybody would have had to pick their own room, Destiny would have been sharing a room with Sunni.
Yeah, pretty much. So Sunni and her producer bag saying that they out there talking and stuff like that. I think somebody need to go check on them. Maybe Nell, you can go check on them. So Nell goes out to check on them. They ain't need nobody to go check on them. They're fine. But Nell tells them, look, in Houston, I know everybody was upset, but you know, you got everybody sucked it up, and I think in this situation, like, we all just need to suck it up. And Kimmi is annoyed because I don't need no grown person sitting up here telling me I need to suck something up. We're having a conversation. You weren't involved in the conversation, so you don't need to be telling me what I need to do.
That's actually facts, though.
So Nell asked, well, who said something about fighting? Because things start becoming like a hullabaloo.
Yeah.
And Tisha was like, nobody said that. And I was like, everybody just need to stop complaining. When you was literally just hollering and yelling and all this type of stuff over a name tag.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kimmy's upset because she's like, this is why I don't do girls trips. Like, it's always this fussing and all this type of stuff. So Kimmi, was it Tisha was like, Nell need to get back before I snatch a wig off her head. Nell talking about, I'll fight somebody, whatever the case may be. I'm just like, how long have y'all actually been here?
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel about Nell going out there to interject in their conversation?
Nell is drunk, so like this whole scene is just Nell just being drunk. I have no opinion about it because it offered nothing of an opinion, to be honest. In my opinion, it just they figured it out. Nell came out there, just tried to start it up again. Tisha pulled up her shirt. Nell didn't like that. It's just like, it offers nothing but just surface level watching. It's just like, okay, Nell is mad because Tisha touched her. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like Kimmi took it too personally.
Now that I don't agree with.
You don't?
No, no, because I'm not your child, and I'm not Mel.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
That's true.
So at the end of the day, don't tell me how to handle myself. So I agree with Kimmi in the whole idea of like, who do you think you are to basically be the mediator of me? Like, I'm grown. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, Kimmy's not wrong for how she feels about it. I guess I could have seen in the situation, Nell is a little off right now. So, okay, Nell, thank you. Why don't you go back inside? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like it needed to be a head-on conversation about, you don't need to tell me what I need to do, because like you said, I think Nell was a little tipsy. She was kind of, you know what I'm saying?
She came up to you and told you to suck it up.
Okay.
Like for one, we don't even talk like that. We don't even talk. So for you to come and tell me,
and you know what? If I was in Kimmy's situation, I probably would have done the same
thing. For you to tell me as a grown person to suck it up, I'm not your child. I don't need to suck nothing up. You get what I'm saying? So like, I can get why Kimmi got activated, because I don't even think like it was personal with Kimmi. It was just like, yo, like, I already feel some type of way about the rooms. And then now you basically telling me I should just accept it. First of all, you wasn't here when this show started. So I don't even know why you come in here telling me what I should do as one of the ones that was part of what did the Dream Team they call themselves?
I don't even remember by now.
The comeback.
The comeback.
Something like that. Whatever it is. Yeah. So like that whole suck it up, nah, that ain't sitting right with me. Yeah. At all.
So Nell has a one-on-one conversation with Mel and asks, did you feel like you was doing a lot? Basically, like, let's come and have a conversation. Yeah. Nell didn't like Tisha putting her hands on her, and Tisha was telling her that like her top was falling down, so she was trying to help pull her top up. But I think that also speaks to how Tisha doesn't always like have the best timing of things or like being aware of situations.
Just tell her.
Because exactly. And also in that situation, y'all having an argument. Why are you gonna put your hands on her while y'all in a disagreement, whatever the case may be? So she doesn't like that people were throwing shade at her as well. And Mel was like, but it was because of your tone. Like, people were getting defensive because of the way that you were speaking to them. And she's like, we're just gonna go ahead and put this to rest. Have a good time for the rest of the trip,
please. No.
So Kimmi is outside talking to Tisha and was just irritated because Nell's antics were not needed.
It wasn't.
So night one in paradise. So Mel brings some ladies out in carnival attire to come dance and give people their like gift bags. Then they all sit down for dinner and they talk about, you know, where everyone is from, where their partners are from, just kind of getting to know each other a little bit better. Tisha says that Mel says that she was bringing her single friends. Like, why did you specify that they were single? And Mel was just like, because I just like to be clear on who I'm bringing and what the situation is. And Tisha's like, to me it seemed like you were trying to say like your single friends are more fun or something. And I'm just like, I feel like Tisha puts words into Mel's mouth, because that's not what she was saying, and I don't think you could even come to that conclusion of that's what she was alluding to. I mean, unless we're missing something.
And that's the thing right there. Right? We are missing something. Okay. I don't agree with what Tisha, because like Tisha brings things up and I'm like, what is the point of even bringing this up? There's no destination to this. But this is how some people drive themselves crazy when they deal with passive aggressive people, right? For all we know, Mel probably was being passive aggressive.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But the thing about passive aggressive is you gotta make them say it directly because you can't prove passive aggressiveness.
And then you end up looking like
looking like Tisha.
Uh-huh.
Because I could definitely see Mel being whatever she meant by that, but she ain't being clear. And if someone's not being clear, I'm not going to address it.
Yeah.
So, because my thing is, you could just say it, or the easier way to say is, hey, I'm bringing my friends on the trip with me. Mm-hmm. That's the most normal thing to say. Mm-hmm. But to specify single, and you be like, you talk like this before when you've been shady throughout all these seasons of the show of us knowing you. Mm-hmm. So what did you mean by that? But my thing is the juice worth the squeeze, Tisha?
Exactly, because if you were to say like, yeah, they're more fun, and then what?
It leads to nothing.
Exactly.
So the juice is never with Tisha. The juice is never worth the squeeze with you. Okay. Sometimes just leave it alone. And
Shanita was trying to say like, with being married, you kind of have more structures or boundaries or different things that you can or can't do. But then they got end up in a conversation about what it is like to be a good friend. And can you be around people that you don't like? And Tisha was like, yeah, like I can be around people I don't like. And Stormi was like, she's sitting right next to me, she don't like me. And Tisha was like, yeah. And Shanita was like, you need to watch her.
Talking about that, it was hilarious.
And basically they were just like gathering that just because she sit down with you, talk to you, break bread with you, doesn't mean that she likes you. And Tisha's like, well, we're all adults, like we should be able to sit down, have conversation if that's something that we have to do. And I agree with Tisha, like that's pretty much what she was saying, but I think that because Shanita knows her backstory with Tisha, like she already was coming into it like,
I'm gonna get Tisha.
Exactly, I'm gonna get Tisha for you, type of thing.
And guess what? I agree. I agree, Tisha. No one made you act the way you act throughout these seasons. You know what I'm saying? I agree. I thought it was good television.
And then Mel brings up, well, Trish, you have a problem with Sunni because of Destiny, right? And Trisha was like, I ain't got no problem with Sunni. I don't want to be buddy with her, but because of my relationship with Destiny, but I don't have an issue with Sunni.
Yeah. And
Mel explains the situation between Sunni, Destiny, Moses, and then Shanita asks, well, why y'all all mad at Sunni? It seemed like y'all should be all mad at the guy. And then Trisha explains, well, Destiny considered her a friend, and she's trying to explain like how it was more than just a work relationship, where Shanita was trying to lay out the fact that she's a producer, she's supposed to get your information, like this was a work relationship and stuff like that. For Shanita, she don't listen enough for me, but I don't think she was there to listen. I think she was there to audition.
She's there auditioning.
She's there to audition. But Trisha was just like, no, like they were hanging out more, and Sunni tries to clarify, we hung out one time and I didn't know anything about her relationship and all this type of stuff.
Yeah, Sunni, get your story together a little bit better.
So now asks, well, is Destiny coming because she doesn't like sitting around talking about people when they're not there to defend themselves? And Shanita asks Tisha, well, why would you bring Destiny when you know she and Mel have a history? And Tisha was like, well, she's part of this circle, and Mel said I could bring a +1, and Mel was like, well, I didn't know you were bringing Destiny. And then we get the screenshots of basically Tisha texting Mel of saying that she was going to be bringing Destiny.
And that's what I mean about Mel.
And the thing is, like, yes, Mel knew eventually, and that's why she put you in the room with Destiny. But when you asked for the +1, she didn't know that Destiny was going to be your +1.
A little semantic.
However, I do feel like Destiny deserved to be on the trip because she's part of the cast. This is a cast trip. It's not just a Mel trip and she get to do whatever she wants. Like, this is a cast trip, so I don't necessarily need to see Destiny on the trip, but it makes sense. So Mel talking about F Destiny,
and that's the thing I don't like about Mel, because to this day I still don't know why they are not friends,
and I don't know what Destiny did to her for her to dislike her that much.
Destiny didn't do nothing but just been friends with Martell before then. And even with being friends with Martell, she was closer with Mel at one point.
Yeah.
So I like these are the little stuff about Mel that just leaves me a little like confused, but it is what it is.
But I will say, in the preview we saw Mel talking about how she was like hanging out with the mistress and Martell, and but then Destiny went on to say, well, Mel was the one who called the girl up trying to give her advice on how to cheat respectfully. So I
believe that.
So the thing is, like, it sounds like it's a very complicated situation.
It may not be. It may not be. What happened, here's what I think happened. I think because by the time we found out that Martell was cheating on Mel, he been cheating on her.
Exactly. And she been new
in season 1. I think she been new, and she would have been comfortable with it. The show blew up, right? And here's the thing about it. Once it's done in private, only people that can call you dumb is people in private. But at the end of the day, once you know, or once we find out that you know that your husband cheated on you, we as the viewers look at you like, so what you gonna do, Mel? Mm-hmm. And I think at that point, that gave Mel the courage to be like, I'm gonna leave you now, and things like that. And I think in that whole essence of her basically like, I'm leaving Martell and things like that. Now, mind you, Martell did not help himself. This is not me defending Martell. I think in that essence, there was conversations in that she did knew about the mistress of like, hey, stop cheating disrespectfully, like we are a family and things like that. Do it this way or things, and maybe not in that way per se, but I don't think there was ever a time that Mel did not know who it was. Mm-hmm. I don't think she didn't know. It been the same girl. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
And Shanita is talking about Tisha. Basically, look, she keeps telling you who she is. You chose to be friends with somebody, Tisha, who Mel said hurt her. So you're not my friend. And she feels like it's a lot of people sitting here at the table that is the ops.
Yeah, like Mel brought her friends, and y'all are not her friends. That's why y'all go stay in the bottom of the mansion in y'all little 3-bedroom jail cell. You get what I'm saying? What did you think about this episode?
I thought it was entertaining. You know, the thing is about Love and Marriage, I like to see the couples and all that type of stuff. Yeah, so this is very much like Housewives of Huntsville is what it's feeling right now, which is fine. But I felt like it was entertaining enough. But I wish the relationships could get better, but I feel like there's so much history there. Like it's going to be strictly co-worker relationships. Yeah. And it just sucks because I like to see genuine relationships to talk about, and it's just so like surface level. It really is.
And at the end of the day, if the relationships can't fix itself, we just bring new people in.
True.
That's basically what they go do. I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. Make sure y'all tell Blair happy birthday. She's working on her birthday, as we all do. Okay? We see y'all next week.
Thanks. Bye.